Can you tell me about yourself, Amarjit?
Sure. Thank you for asking. My name is Amarjit. I am having 7+ years of experience based on the Java development. So the technology which I use like Java with a Spring Boot, Microservices, Spring Cloud component as a backend, some of the exposures and in Angular UI. Also have a good experience in AWS Cloud Service all the AWS Cloud Service which I use for the development and deployments and all. And coming for this database, I have a good experience in Mongo and Oracle SQLs database I have. Apart from this, all the DevOps tools I use while we are using for the development and monitoring the applications like Apache, Maven, Jenkins, Jira, GitHub, ELK, Splunk and all. So these all are the technology stack which I have. And coming for the domain, I have also good experience in banking, telecom, e-commerce and health insurance project. Most of the domain I worked. So currently which I'm working, this is health insurance domain. So there my role and responsibility here, we are following agile. So based on the agile, whatever the sprint task will be there in that, we need to assign on Jira, so that we need to work. So the project is nothing but it's a portal like where we are providing a insurance portal, so that users, multiple users will be taken the different type of insurance. So while he will take that, so after that we will process the multiple ways. So how we will process, by using that things like we have a multiple microservices which need to be store the services, create the insurance, and after that we have to process the data. Then once data will be processed, then users can add some rewards and all, and after that they can do the payments. Once payment will happen, then we have a notifications, email alerts and all. So these all are the internal microservice communications which will be fulfilled, so that customer will get a new all the functionality while he is taking any insurance and all. So my role and responsibility on daily basis, we are developing a microservices based on the requirement of client or whatever the requirement is coming from this. So apart from this, like also we need some multiple third party communications will be there, so that we need to take care with the multiple REST API call, or maybe some of the Kafka async call we have to do. So that type of development we are doing. Apart from this, if any development has been done, and that will be go for different scenarios or maybe different environment. Once it will go for the production environment, in that cases we need to available on the call, so that we can see whatever the changes we have done, that all are there or not, what are the configurations we added, is productions related is things or not, and all the logs which we are printing, so that once this will be deployed, then we have to check all those reference response and all. So like that, these all are the things we are working on daily basis. Yeah.
So, Amarjit, so what is the like how much your day-to-day activities? It is only hands-on, or also team? You are engaging team for to deliver the task.
Day-to-day handling work, out of 8 to 9 hours work will be there. In that, mostly for 3.5 or 4 hours will be have a coding, which will be have a microservices developments and all. Apart from this, we'll have some scrum call attends and all. And apart from this, like some of the new team members has joined, or maybe we have a our junior colleagues and all. So in that, we have to provide the KTs, or we need to see the code review and all for the particular clients and all. So that things we have to do. And some of the cases multiple deployment will be going on, mostly on the that one, so that also we need to involve in that call. So these type of things mostly we are doing.
Okay. So, for have you have a hands-on on Java 8?
Yeah, Java 7 and Java 8 I have.
Mm-hmm. Mm, okay. Java 8, which all features have you used?
Mostly Java 8, mostly I use a datetime API, optional Steam API, and this one Lambda expressions. These all I used. Apart from this, we have method reference also there. Multiples consumer predicate are there, and others will have some JavaScript related. Their functional interface also is there.
Hello.
Yeah, so functional interface is there, datetime API, lambda expressions, stream API, and method reference. These all I use optional.
Okay. So, in Stream API, right?
Yeah.
So, if I want to see, I have a employee list of employees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In and the employee object has ID, name, and salary.
Yeah.
So, I want to get the distinct salary and the number of employees getting that salary.
Mm-hmm.
So, how can we actually, to
Yeah. In that
say, get
cases,
that?
yes.
Yeah. Can you share the screen and try to write it?
Can you repeat once again? This.
See, there is a list of employees whose employee ID and name and salary is will be there. Okay, in employee class. So I want to get the distinct salaries in the list and how many employees getting that list.
Okay. Distinct cell two. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, able to see Amarjit.
Mm. So we'll do some. Is dot stream dot filter here sort salary. Post. Map employee to employee to. Like that we can do. Hello.
Yeah, I'm seeing actually. So get ID, what it will do actually.
That will
So
collect this ID from this employee based on the salary. So whose salary is greater than of like max salary. So that will be as a ascending order based on this ID and salary.
it is not required actually,
Mm-hmm.
right?
ID.
Yeah, like why I don't want ascending or descending. I want to have a distinct salary and how many employees are getting that salary, right? how will you find out how many employees are getting that salary? For example, in one organization, right? You
Mm.
can have a 20,000 salary. Five people are getting that salary. So
Mm.
that way, how will you get it? How will you
Then directly we
get
can make
that?
it as a distinct salary.
Yeah, a distinct salary will get, but how many members how will get? How many employees are getting that salary?
List of the salary we can mention, like list of the employee whose salary will be like a distinct.
Can you try to modify and write it?
List of security dot distinct distinct function distinct list. Let's see. So we can use list stream distinct employee dot get
Mm-hmm.
employee name. It's collected to list.
Okay. So, have you heard of grouping by?
Yeah, grouping by also is there. Grouping by based on that also will use.
So, how you can do grouping by?
Instead of this dot stream distinct data, and after that instead of map we can use grouping by employee based on that.
Mm-hmm. Can you try writing that code grouping by Amrajit?
Grouping wise. This will remove. Distinct. This way we can do. This way we can do by using group by. Hello.
Hello, Amarjit. Sorry, I was talking on mute. So, have you worked on multi-threading?
Multi-threading, yeah. Thread life cycles and synchronization, asynchronization, deadlock situations I work.
Mm-hmm. How you overcome deadlock situation?
like if we have a multiple processing which need to be fulfill the service requirement business logic, in that cases we have in a single service class have multiple method which need to be call. So instead of that we have to mention this like uh, at a one day at a time only one thread will call, others will need to be waiting condition. So there will be some notify thread that will be notify uh, once this a thread will be released, then b thread will be called. Once b thread will be called, then b a c d threads and all will be releases.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So when you try to add a duplicate key in HashMap, so how will you how the HashMap reacts? Can you tell me?
Once you will add the duplicate key, then there will be some hash collisions will work internally, because
Mm.
we are storing the key and value based on the data in map. So internally they will
So,
call equals and hash code method, so that in that cases we have a same hash code will be generated. So while same hash
mm-hmm.
code will be generated, so some hash collisions will work. So instead, if you want to remove this hash collisions and also internally they will call dot equals method. So dot equals method will check the content of this. So if the content is same, in that cases they will shift it in the same node with the same index of with next node.
Basically, what will happen when I try to add, right? So, what will happen in that case? Will there be any compilation issue or runtime issue?
No, no, that will be added because internally they will check the equal method, so there will be not an issue if you have a hash code is same.
No, actually, you in between it was breaking. Can you please repeat once again?
What is the question?
No, if there is a what you say, if there is a same key
Mhm.
and a different value, so will there be compilation and
No,
runtime
there is no
exception?
issues will be there. If same key and different value will be there, no issue.
No issue. Then what will happen to the map or how it will store?
That will be stored in the same index suppose index of 0 already data is stored, and again
Hmm.
same key will happen. So index of 0 will have a next node, so next node will be linked list will be performed, same index of 0, like already data is there, then next will be performed.
So, you see, for example, in the
Mm-hmm.
key we have 10, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and value Amarjit.
Mm-hmm.
Again, one more key, and then I have a Kamlesh.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you try to fetch key 10,
Mm-hmm.
what you will get?
Key 10, then Amarjit is already there, and Kamlesh if you want added, then that will be also added in the next of the same index of node. Next will be there, so that data have both data will come.
Oh, both data will come. Oh, okay. Okay. So you have this public static void main, right?
Mhm.
So why it is a static, Amarjit?
Public is used for this as a accessible file which will be accessible in all everywhere. A static means once you created a static members, a static block, a static class, a static variable, so that will be loaded on the class time. So once the classes will be loaded, this line of code will be loaded like public static. Void is like right now there is no return type, like it's empty. So whatever the string argument you will pass, the same way it will be print. So that's void is no return type, and public static void main is the like it's a method which will be called while you are writing executing the class or running this class or compiling this class. So that main method will be called, because you mentioned like static. So once this classes will be loaded, this line of code will be loaded, and the method name is main. So that is the main of get, which will be perform the operation to execute the process or run program.
Mm-hmm. Who is calling the main method?
JVM will be called the main method internally, like once
Mm-hmm.
the applications or maybe classes will be compiled, then at a time of compile, the classes will be loaded. So all the static method, all the static things will be loaded. So the
Mm-hmm.
JVM will be
Okay, what
responsible.
are the class variable and instance variable?
class variable and instance variable. Class variable
Mm-hmm.
will be loaded on the on the class. Once the classes will be loaded, instance will be variable which is used for the, once you will create a object, then only you can access this. So class variable will have a by default value, but instance variable can't be used by default value without
Can you
object.
write one simple class A, and can you write one instance variable, one class variable? Can you share the screen, Amarjit?
One's instance variable and one class variable.
Class variable, yeah. Your screen is not yet shared.
Yes. Yeah, now it's fine.
Yeah, it is variable to see.
Okay. Class
Class A, you can say, or
employee. So
employee is
inside,
also fine.
yeah, inside
Okay.
this is a instance variable like
Method and all is fine. Class and instance variable you can write. What is a class variable and what is an instance variable?
yeah. So that's fine. So here, so this is the instance variable.
Mm-hmm.
This is the class variable, or also here also you can mention like this is also instance variable.
Okay, a string name is an instance variable. Okay, what is the class variable?
Class variable is a pan card.
Okay, so inside a method you are writing, is it instance variable? Are you sure? What is the local variable then?
This will be the local variable. No, no, sorry. Class variable is this one. Instance variable will be this one, and local variable is this one inside the method.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So have you worked on what do you say, list?
Yeah.
How to reverse a list? See,
Uh,
for example, 1, 2, 3, 4 is there, right?
hmm.
So I want 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse single list, reverse order. Okay. So how can you do that?
We have a inbuilt method also is there.
I
So
don't want to use the inbuilt method, Amarjit.
okay, if you
Just
don't,
use a list and don't use a additional list also. Using one list only, how can you reverse the list? Can
okay.
you write that logic?
If you want a list,
Mm-hmm.
inbuilt method is not required. Okay, then that's by using iterator. You want list. So array list element equal to new array list. So in there we added element. Now we want to reverse list dot reverse based on that. So we'll call reverse. First we will iterate
Mm-hmm.
for and
Two for loop is a must or
No, no. I thought we will iterate first, and after that we will use like conditional, like from descending ascending there. But in that cases will not used. St- st-